I've been here for about 2 months. I've been here since basically the beginning of April to the end of June. Well, basically I decided to volunteer here because I really didn't want to make a waste of a lot of my time. There's just so many opportunities that can arise if you just go searching for them just a little bit, just lift up a few rocks or ask a few people, get in touch with your professors, and you can really get to some pretty incredible places like the side of frickin' canal in Canada. That's pretty sweet. So the projects I worked on mainly focused on the main turtle survey project, so going out on night and morning patrols. But I also did basically every other project they've got here. I went on the caiman survey, I did mammals, I did bats one time while Hannah was here, another intern that was doing her own research. I did shorebirds, I've done beach profile, so basically everything that the station has to offer, which are pretty all excellent. It sounds corny, but I definitely have to say one of my favorite memories was probably the first turtle I got. It was really spectacular. It was a hawksbill, and as soon as we had gotten up to her, I was going to go and count eggs. And as I'm sitting there waiting to count eggs, I can just see on the top of her carapace, it's just covered in all the bioluminescent algae, and every single time a raindrop would hit it, it would just sparkle and shine, and it was like this really impressive, dazzling light show right in front of me on the back of this turtle, and that's something that's permanently burned into my mind, and I'm grateful for that. Probably just getting to just the whole experience of getting to meet so many great new people, and just really getting here in a sense, and realizing that you're worlds away from where you were before. You've met some incredible people, you've done some incredible things, and just that whole sort of holistic approach to this whole journey and all these memories kind of combined together. It's really hard just to pick one favorite memory. I'd have to say in general, there really wasn't a specific time that it was my least favorite or that anything was really worse than the others. Least favorite memories, I'd have to say, to just answer the question, probably just being sick for a while and just kind of feeling like I wasn't really doing much with the project and I was just kind of being dead weight and lying around everywhere. But that's just something, you work through, you get over, you focus on being healthy, and then you get back out onto the surveys. But in all seriousness, it'll probably affect my outlook at home in the sense that I'll just have a much more worldly perspective on a lot of the things that go on in my life. So from products I buy to people I talk to, experiences I take in, I can just look at everything in a bit of a different hue or a bit of a different shade from what it was before, which is it's something that doesn't happen very often in a lot of people's lives, to really get that good frame shift, to go completely from one end of the spectrum to the other, or just have a slight change. It really takes an experience like this to do that. So that's definitely going to affect the way I live my life at home. And I'm also probably going to be checking in more with things outside of my own area, things outside of my immediate zone, just so I can, again, stay in contact with more of the world than anything else. I definitely have to say that one of the top things I learned from my stay, more reaffirmation for me, was just you really have to push through sometimes. Sometimes it's extraordinarily hard to get up for a morning census, or to, just have the motivation to go out on nights, or to go on mammals, or to do something in the middle of the day. Everybody's going out and having fun and you're just exhausted. The best thing you can do for yourself is really immerse and really push through and take in as much as you can while you're here, because you're not going to get this experience again, and you're going to look back and realize, man, I could have done so much more, but I didn't want to just because I was tired. It's kind of a waste. So that's definitely one thing that was reaffirmed. Another thing is that you can't stay stuck in certain views. When you get here, you have to be really flexible with the climate, with the people, with the projects. You have to be able to bend and twist around all these different obstacles, because if you don't, it's going to be really hard for you for your whole stay if you try and stay set in one very specific rhythm or pattern that you've been following. You've got to learn to break out a little bit and just have some fun. And definitely the last thing that I would say that I've learned here is that really everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes a ton of mistakes. I mean, like, I'm 18 years old. I'm in Costa Rica. I don't have a clue what I'm doing. So for the most part in the beginning, yeah, I made a lot of mistakes, but you can't spend your whole visit here sulking that you forgot to clean kit or something, or that you didn't do the turtles measurements right on your first time. Nobody does it right on their first time. Are you kidding me? It just doesn't happen. I definitely say my experience here met and far surpassed my expectations. It was wonderful, to say the least. I can't really sum it up in paragraphs or sentences or an essay. It's an experience that I'm never really going to be able to tell anybody in its entirety. I know I'm going to get a lot of questions when I go home, people saying, how was your trip? What did you do? What were the things you saw? And I'm just not going to be able to explain it to them as much as actually being here. It really was a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and I know a lot of people say that, like, oh, you're never going to have a chance to do this, you should really make the most of it, and I think everybody does, in a sense. They come here and they accomplish what they want to do in their mind, and it's something that you can tell your grandkids, it's something that you can tell your friends, it's something that you can tell people for the rest of your life, but it's something that really ends up being personal to you, and that really does just blow all of your expectations out of the water. Even if you came here thinking you were going to see all kinds of different things and so much more, even if you saw half of what you thought you would, you're still going to be blown away. I would definitely consider coming back. If I was to come back, I would probably focus on doing my own research along with the turtle work, so having like 3 days of my own study and then doing 3 days of the turtle work, just to get a good balance in now that I've done some turtle work here, because now that I know the area, I know what's here, I know what kind of plants and animals are in the area, I know what kind of climate that's here, I know vaguely the types of soils and what's going to grow and all that sort of stuff. So it would be really great to come back here and do my own research and do the turtle work as well. And I think that once you have that first initial, okay, I'm in a different country, I'm really nervous, I got over all my fears and I made it home, once you get through that first stage, you take that first step, coming back here would be a blast and a breeze, and it would be just like returning, like waking up the next day in Costa Rica, just after you've done a night census, and you come back and you just get that feeling of returning to a community that you had for a while, and that just sense of you're home away from home. So I would definitely consider coming back. My best piece of advice that I could give any future volunteer here would really be, kind of being redundant on what I already said, but really just pushing through, getting your priorities set, and making short-term goals. You don't have to come here saying, oh my god, I'm going to be here for 3 months, I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this. Take it day by day. Set yourself little goals. Every time you go out on night patrol, if you want to practice doing measuring, speak up, say something. Say to the patrol leader, hey, do you mind if I do some measuring? I don't really feel like doing egg counting. Be self-advocating. Make sure that you know what your skills are, that you're confident in your skills, and that other people can be confident in your skills. Because if you breathe confidence, and you have that glow of just, you know where you are, and you have a good idea of what you're doing, a lot of people are going to respect that, they're going to notice it, and you're going to get a lot more opportunities from it.